Morning PooTube, hope everyone's good. So apparently Jupiter's done a live today and reviewed a video of mine. I think it was, can't remember how long it was, maybe, I know it was over an hour anyway. So I've not watched the live. I'm not too sure if it's still up or not, I've not checked. But I have been sent a few bits around it or whatever with a few things that were said along the way or whatever. Now, from what I know, Jupiter pretty much agreed with a lot of the stuff what I was saying. Said that she already knew some of it or most of it or something like that. Just the common sense stuff from what I know, but it's just mad that you would know it but not put the common sense stuff in place. But because people have been manipulated and whatever, it is what it is. If people are singing off the same hymn sheet now, then I suppose that's all it needs to be. Now, one thing that needs correcting or whatever, I think it was Eric that jumped on comments or something and said whatever, just filling people with shit yet again or whatever. Hope not hate Eric's crap bitch. Now, if it isn't him or whatever, okay, whatever, but as far as I can tell from what I've been sent, it seems to be Eric. Now, like I say, Jupiter didn't seem to know that it was the same mosque that Tommy's been to, that I've been to or whatever, and apparently that changes things or whatever. Bear in mind, anyone that's seen me outside of a mosque or whatever, outside Disbury Mosque, has only either seen the 8-minute video, the fucking edited cut and shot that Eric made, or after I critiqued that it got made to a 6-minute video. So that's the only 2 videos that anybody's seen or whatever, other than people that have actually gone to my channel and watched the full video, which there's about an hour's worth of footage of me outside that mosque. I didn't just have an issue with one person, I had an issue with many people or whatever. I was very fucking angry, still angry now, because the police, mainly, they did an investigation and turned up fuck all, despite Tommy putting that evidence fucking out there or whatever in that year for him to just literally, he's just giving him the evidence, there you go, bam, by displaying it on the fucking walls of the mosque. So yeah, now I believe it's Eric that's trying to turn it round to, because I guess because Jupiter is saying, oh well, that puts a different light on it or whatever, and it does. Do you know what I mean? It fucking does, because that's changed or whatever. Eric must be now fraffing, thinking, oh, don't want everyone to go that way or whatever. So he's tried changing it to, oh, it's not just the guy that's outside the mosque, it's fucking Den's next door neighbour. Now, I've heard him say this a few times or whatever. It's just ridiculous. It's like he's convinced himself off the edited bullshit video that he's put together himself. So he's obviously had the full video, and I've said to him many times, put the whole video out, you won't get a strike from me. You know what I mean? But obviously he didn't want to put the full video out, because that gives a very different outlook to it. But yeah, he's trying to turn it round to, oh, it's Den's next door neighbour. Now, for some patriots or whatever, some well-known patriots and whatever, you know full well who my next door neighbour is, because it's another fucking well-known patriot. So does it look like him? Does it sound like him or whatever? I don't think it does. Now, the only time that my neighbour, he's not my next door neighbour, he lives like at the fucking several houses away anyway, let's put it that way or whatever, maybe 8 houses away, something like that, is a Muslim. That's the only Muslim that actually lives on my road or whatever. Now, obviously, like people are aware, some people would have seen the car that I've got that's covered in fucking demo dates and this, that and the other, and fucking loudhailer speakers and you name it. It's just a demonstration on wheels, realistically. Now, because he's seen that and seen all the police coming and going, and probably overheard a lot of shit being fucking said loudly or whatever while these visits are happening and whatever, I've explained to my neighbours, do you know what I mean, this is going on, blah blah blah, this is what I've been doing and this is what their reaction is to it. Now, he's obviously been speaking to the neighbours that I have told, and he's aware of that or whatever. At one point in time, I think it was when I was putting the screen in and the speakers and all that kind of thing and whatnot, he came over of his own fucking free will or whatever, and he said, I used to think you was racist, but you know, now I've sort of seen more what you're about or whatever, I realise that you're not. And he apologised or whatever. Now, he'd never said, oh, you're racist, or I think you're racist, or anything like that. He's obviously just thought it, maybe said it to his nearest and dearest, and obviously felt a bit guilty about it or whatever, so he apologised. I accepted it, and I get on with him, do you know what I mean? Not all of anybody do anything. There is some decent Muslims that can actually see that there is problems in that fucking community or whatever. So that's Eric's little remix or whatever into just trying to turn something into something else. Typical fucking trick from the likes of Eric. Now, if it wasn't Eric and it's someone else or whatever, so be it, but it smells of Eric, to be honest. It's Eric's kind of fucking thing. And like I say, I've heard him say it a few times before. Now, if anyone watches the video, Eric's snide little video or whatever, what you'll hear me say to the guy that everyone cries about or whatever, there's a police van, an ex-police van, that's parked outside Disbury Mosque, and I have seen it somewhere else, like parked up at the night time or whatever somewhere else. Now, I said jokingly or whatever, is that your van? I've seen that parked up somewhere else before. Like, where do you live? And he went, well, where do you live? And I said to him, oh, I live next door to you. And he went, well, there you go then. Now, that's what Eric is running with or whatever. Bear in mind, he was the dickhead that has made this little stupid cut and short edited bullshit. So he knows full well, but he'll run with it anyway. This is how stupid and deluded that this cunt is. Now, I just thought I'd clarify that or whatever. And people can go away and check, you know what I mean? Go and watch his video and then go and watch my video and you see what I'm saying. Now, the other thing, apparently Jupiter's asking for clarification of the date when Moon said all the shit that she said or whatever. The date for it is easy for you to find, Jupiter. I mean, that's all you have to do. find the live that you did with Ginger Toner, Helgower, and yourself and Moon, and then it was the day after that. Now, when I was going to copy it, I was told by Moon that she was going to strike it. I don't know how she was going to strike it, considering it weren't on her channel, it was on your channel, but that's what I was told. Now, I think I hung on about a week or something, so the date I've got may vary between maybe a week, maybe 10 days after, whereas yours is obviously all dated and timed from the time you did it, the day you did it, so it'd be easier for you to find. And then obviously the day after, you've had all the remix, I didn't say this, I didn't say hope not hate, blah blah blah, and you accepted that. And I told you on our one-to-one, if you remember, Jupiter, that's not what Moon said, that was just the remix, and you're accepting what she's saying rather than just going looking at the evidence. That's not what she said. She said hope not hate, and she said prevent. Now, I think that was all the things that really needed clarifying or whatever. I have managed to put part 1 together. I think there's going to be about fucking 5 or 6 parts to it. There's no way in the world I can get everything that's kind of there in even fucking 2 or 3 parts. I think it's going to run into 5 or 6. So yeah, but I've got part 1 done, which I'll premiere tomorrow, I guess, or whatever. And I'll just have to do it as and when I can. I've got things going on in the background which are positive. It's separate from the movement and whatever, but there's other things going on in the background which may well develop into something just as big as the movement, but in a different direction. So yeah, as and when I can do it, I'll do it. I've stockpiled all the stuff to put together to whatever, but it's just having the time and when I've got fucking a quiet house or whatever. I would do it in the car or whatever, but everyone moans that, like, the sound's not great or whatever. I guess it's because it's in a moving vehicle or something, I don't know. Now, the other thing, Matt Taylor apparently jumped on or whatever, and he's got some sort of issue with me because I'm still against John Manoa or whatever. Now, John Manoa is an out-and-out scammer. He's always been an out-and-out scammer for the last 20 years. Him and Andy Devine and all these other fucking idiots or whatever, and John Manoa wanted our armed forces, our ex-veterans and whatever, to go and storm Parliament based off a scrapbook that was made out to be that as soon as they sign up to this bullshit fucking group or whatever, they can go and storm Parliament, blah fucking blah. The madness that comes out of that group or whatever is just absolute. I guarantee nobody's heard any more mad shit that's gone on online or whatever, and they was trying to railroad our ex-veterans into doing a madness, and that's besides the scam or whatever. So if Matt Taylor is still in 2025 believing that guy's a decent guy or whatever, then more fool him. Apparently Matt has said today that he's not had a conviction for I don't know what you would call it, to be honest. indecent images, I guess, or whatever. He's saying he's not had a conviction. Now, that's what I said, and I was attacked for it or whatever. Or look, Den's supporting Matt Taylor. No, it was just the truth, because I was told by Danny PC Jones that Matt was a nonce. Matt had been in receipt of indecent images and he was a convicted fucking whatever, a convicted nonce. Backed up by Eric, who also said certain people was convicted nonces or whatever. He named Matt Taylor, he named Jake, I think there was a third name but I can't remember off the top of my head. And it turns out that Matt Taylor was never convicted of any such thing. Now, I did ask Danny, because at the time Matt was trying to get on to Wake Up UK, and Wake Up UK asked me for the evidence of Matt Taylor being a nonce, and he'll call him out on it or something. Now, I'd only been told off Danny, and I'd same with Eric or whatever. Now, when I asked Danny for the evidence to pass on to Jason Tyler or whatever, or for him to just give him the information or the evidence and whatever, it changed then, and he said, oh well, he's actually not a nonce, he just made it up. Now, you have to draw your own conclusions with these things. I've got the evidence, I've got the messages to and from Danny and whatever around that. I don't even think Danny will deny it. I've already put these things out in the past or whatever, when they was trying to attack me for just saying the truth around it. They was trying to turn it to, oh, you're defending Matt Taylor. I don't like Matt in any way, shape or form. I think he's creepy. He's obviously still fucking in the world of delusion, to the point where he thinks John Manoa's a good guy. Yeah, for me, Matt's a wonky cunt, and I've said that from day one. But do you know what I mean? I'm not going to make him into a nonce if he's not a nonce. I'm not going to say he's convicted fucking paedophile if he's not, or a convicted nonce if he's not. Why, you know what I mean? Why would I do that? I was actually showing Matt that even though he was a wanker and tried to make out I was a nonce in one of his daft videos, Matt made a daft video or whatever trying to make out I was a nonce. Den Tarragon, convicted paedophile, blah blah blah, all this fucking utter madness. Now, I just copied the video and put it on my channel and put a link back to his channel, and within 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something, he took his video down. Now, I left mine up for about 3 months or something. It's one of them. I couldn't give a shit. I honestly couldn't give a shit. People around know full well what went on, and know full well that what that group are about or whatever. They was also making out all the veterans as paedophiles and nonces and all that, because they didn't want to play ball, because they didn't want to go and overrun Parliament based on Billy bullshit. So yeah, I think that's about it. All the things that kind of needed addressing or whatever. Like I say, I've not watched it. Maybe there's more bits in there that might need addressing or whatever. I will try and watch it if it's up, when I get a chance or whatever. But if I don't get a chance, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Hope everyone's good. Look after each other. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.